I'm 37F, and my younger sister, 30F, got married this past weekend. It was a big deal with a fancy venue, 300 plus people, black tie dress code, all of that. My husband, 40M, and I have a 12-year-old daughter. My daughter is very shy and has some mild sensory issues, nothing major, but she gets overwhelmed by loud noise/crowd sometimes. When we RSVP'd, I specifically asked my sister if kids were welcome. She said yes, absolutely, she wanted my daughter there, even asked if she would hand her the bouquet during the ceremony. My daughter was so excited. She picked out a beautiful dress, practiced the handoff, and was looking forward to it for months. The day of the wedding, everything started going sideways. As soon as we got there, one of the wedding planners told me that children were no longer allowed in the ceremony space because the couple wanted a more adult atmosphere. I was confused and said my daughter was literally part of the ceremony, but they brushed me off and told me to take it up with the bride. I found my sister, and she coldly said, "Oh yeah, we changed our minds. Sorry. Just leave your daughter with the other kids in the kids' room." There was a separate room for kids with babysitters. My daughter overheard and started crying. She was absolutely crushed. I pulled my sister aside and said this was incredibly unfair, especially since she had asked her to participate and got her hopes up. My sister just shrugged and said, "It's my wedding. Things change. I can't cater to everyone's kids." I was so livid but tried to stay calm for my daughter's sake. We stayed for the cocktail hour to be polite, but during the reception, they kept playing loud club music and flashing strobe lights, and my daughter was miserable. No one came to check on the kids. The kids' room turned out to be just a storage room with folding chairs and some coloring books. No real supervision. At that point, my husband and I agreed to just leave. We quietly said goodbye to my parents, who supported our decision, got my daughter, and went home. Now my sister is furious. She says I ruined her wedding by making a scene. We didn't, we left quietly, and that I couldn't put aside my pride for one night. Some of her friends are messaging me saying I'm a selfish brat who made her big day about me. For the record, I didn't post anything online, didn't shit-talk her to guests, and didn't even mention the situation to anyone but my parents. But now I'm wondering, should I have just sucked it up for the night? Comment 1. NTA, your sister has literally shown what type of person she is and has most likely damaged any sort of relationship with your daughter. Your daughter is a priority to you as a mama and you did the best thing possible. Your sister and her friends sound like a gaggle of spoilt witches and need a good dose of reality upside the head. Comment 2. NTA. Tell the flying monkeys to go FCK themselves. They may be okay with their children being treated badly and watching them being actively miserable. You aren't. You, unlike them, put your child first. Not some bridezilla who likes to blindside people, including children, and creature drama where there shouldn't have been any. You left without any drama. Any issues and drama were created 1000% by the bride. Comment 3. NTA. She got your daughter's hopes up, then coldly crushed them. She expected everyone to put their kids in a storage room as if they were checking their coat at a restaurant, with no supervision, limited entertainment, and a prayer that nothing goes wrong and someone gets hurt. You didn't make a big scene, you just removed yourself from an uncomfortable and disrespectful situation. Your sister turned into a bridezilla. If she keeps causing drama, consider apologizing and telling her that you promise you won't leave too early at her divorce party. Story 2, canceling one of 2 hotel rooms. My girlfriend and I are going on a cruise soon with several of our friends. We are driving to Florida with 2 of them and staying at a local hotel the night before we board the ship. About 4 days before we are set to leave, one of our travel mates finds out he will not be able to go with us, so now it's down to 3 of us, my girlfriend, myself, and my friend who I have known for 20 years and have went on many cruises with. I am the one who booked the hotel rooms, and planned to pay for the one my girlfriend and I are staying in, and I had also booked the other room on my account that the other guys would repay me for. But with just 3 of us, We can fit into a single room with 2 beds now. I tried to call her, but she couldn't talk and asked me to text instead. So I texted her, "Friend can't come on trip, cancelling one of the rooms." This isn't the first time this has come up. We had talked about this as a possibility before, and I mentioned that I wanted to cancel a room to save money if this happened. Her response was, "Oh, 3 people to 1 bathroom is a lot." I told her it was only for 1 night and it would save us $120. She said it sounds like she doesn't have a choice. So I came up with the best compromise I could think of. I asked if she wanted to pitch in some of the cost to keep both rooms. She said it wasn't in her budget, but it's fine since she didn't have a choice. Just for reference, this cruise was originally booked for me and my friend. When I started dating, he removed himself from my cruise reservation and got his own so my girlfriend could join. I am able to cruise for free using a rewards program, and now, so is he. So she is my guest, and his guest cancelled. Update: for those of you who thought my girlfriend wasn't comfortable staying with 2 guys, you were incorrect. I offered to upgrade our room to a 2-bedroom suite as a compromise suggested by one of the comments, but she wasn't interested. She doesn't like the idea of sharing a bathroom because she feels like she would be rushed in the morning to get ready. The 2 of us guys have agreed to shower the night before so she can have full access to the bathroom in the morning. I even offered to use the lobby bathroom so she wouldn't be worried about time. We will have access to another shower by 1 p.m. She says she is okay with this arrangement. Comment 1. NTA. I would just remind her of the facts of the case. You could be more or less gentle than my script below. But I no longer have the patience for entitlement. Hey, I get it disappointing we're going to be sharing a hotel room. But keep in mind, technically this trip was planned with me and my friend first. It's not that you don't have a choice. It's that you're getting to travel essentially for free because you were added to this adventure. I'm really excited for you to come and be part of it, but if it's no longer working for you, I understand. If you would no longer like to come, Joe and I can just travel like we were planning to originally. Comment 2. NTA for cancelling but YTA for deciding it's okay to let the friend stay in your room without discussing it with your girlfriend. Maybe it's just me, but in my relationship, booking a hotel room together with my girlfriend is almost guaranteed sexy time. With a third wheel there, that definitely won't be happening. Maybe she was looking forward to sexy time. Also, why can't this friend pay for his own room? Comment 3. NTA. It's not any of your faults this situation has happened because one of your other friends has cancelled. Just remind her that you're only sharing for 1 night and the reason you're doing this is because someone cancelled. Story 3. Taking my daughter out of school for a week for a vacation. I, M39, have a daughter, 10K from my previous relationship. I also have a daughter, 18 months, with my wife now. My wife is mom to K. I don't want to get into it, but K's bio mom is not a part of her life. I go on business trips for work around 3 to 4 times a year. In a week I'm going to Florida. My wife and I decided to make this one a trip for our family. We figured it would be perfect staying in a resort with pools and things to do for my wife and daughters while I work, then in the evening we can do stuff together. Of course Kay will have to miss a week of school. We are getting her schoolwork for the week so she can work on it while gone. Yesterday I was talking on the phone with my mom. I had told her about my business trip and how my wife and daughters were going. She mentioned something about Kay staying with her. I asked what she was talking about. She said Kay has to stay with her since we'll be gone for a week. I told her no, Kay is coming with. She argued that she has school. I told her it's a trip and memories she'll always remember. Unlike a 4th grade spelling test. My mom got really upset with me, said it's not good to let Kay miss so much school. The only other time she missed school this year was 2 sick days. I don't think it's smart to constantly let her miss school, but going on a trip with her family and missing a little school isn't the end of the world. My mom said I'm setting Kay up for failure. I told her it's the 4th grade. Plus she would feel so left out if everyone went but her. My mom called me an R and said I'm not the son she raised. I have been wondering if maybe it isn't the best idea. Comment 1. When I was 13, I had a chance to go to Africa for a month. My mom contacted the school and they not only approved the month off but were happy I had the opportunity to go on such a trip. I didn't lose anything school-wise from being gone. I have great memories from my trip. I'm now a grandma and come September me and my daughter are taking her 2 children out of school for a week to go dig for crystals at a mine. Memories are priceless, spelling tests are not. Comment 2. Unless your daughter is missing a huge amount of school already and/or is a terrible student, this is nothing. And you've done the right thing by arranging to get her work for the week in advance so she doesn't miss anything. Your mom is worrying about nothing. NTA, Story 4, being honest with my boss, even if it hurt my co-worker's situation? I, 26F, work at a pharmaceutical company. My co-worker, 29F, has bad knees, and the pain affects her most days. Because of this, I've taken on most of the physical aspects of our job while she handles the reports. I've even covered her workload so she could take days off, and on other days, I do all the physical tasks so she can sit. Recently, I found out I'm leaving my job in a month. A new person, 26M, joined our team, and he has a shy demeanor. Our boss asked me about his skills, wondering if he could handle the work required. I told them he has great computer skills and is efficient at reading references and typing, all true, based on an assignment we worked on together. After this, my female co-worker was furious. She said that by highlighting his report and paperwork skills, I'd set things up so she'd have to do all the physical labor after I left. I told her I didn't mean it that way, I just wanted the bosses to see his potential. She snapped back that even if I didn't do it on purpose, the damage was done. I was hurt and sat at my desk while she went to cry in the bathroom. Our boss saw the tension and asked me what had happened. I kept saying, I don't know, but she pressed me until I broke down and explained everything. Later, my coworker messaged me, calling me a horrible person and a bad friend. She said she'd overheard my conversation with the boss and accused me of lying and snitching to make myself look good and her look bad. I told her this could actually help her go back to doing reports, but she said she'd rather suffer from knee pain than accept pity. I sincerely apologized and asked to work things out, but she ignored me. She's known for being kind-hearted, so I don't understand why she's handling it this way. Also, how am I going to go to work after the weekend? Comment 1. NTA. It sounds like you replied honestly and professionally about your new co-worker, and you did not put the old one on display to begin with. Honestly, your old colleague sounds exhausting and dramatic. She is lucky you have been helping her out so much, that is beyond what you can expect. Comment 2. NTA. Your co-worker knows that she's not capable of doing the full job and you leaving is going to reveal that. She's taking out her fear on the one person who helped her because you're leaving, so you're safe to be angry at. This is a not your circus, not your monkeys situation for you. Comment 3. NTA. This is the problem with covering for people's shortcomings at work. It only helps them in the short term, eventually they will be found out and it will be worse. There are laws around workplace accommodations, and if they can't find a reasonable set that works for both her and the employer, she needs a different job. Extra. Tearing into my mother after she made a disrespectful comments about my daughter's appearance. I 35F have a daughter who is 16 years old. She was diagnosed with alopecia, forgive me if I spelt it wrong. She lost all of her hair 4 months ago. She had a boyfriend who broke up with her after she lost her hair. She is extremely insecure about it. We had to switch her to online school, she was getting severely bullied. My daughter doesn't like for anyone see her without wigs. She doesn't like to be natural around me either. It's heartbreaking because I think she's super gorgeous, but due to her getting bullied and her boyfriend breaking up with her, her mental health went downhill. Her father and I have her in therapy. We do everything we can to be supportive. Today my mother came over for dinner. My daughter came downstairs without a wig. I was so happy she was finally comfortable enough to not wear a wig. My mother has outdated views on things, and she has impossible beauty standards. My daughter was sitting at the dinner table. Everything was going fine for a few minutes. My mother opened her mouth and said, "You have wigs. Why don't you wear them? You're making me very uncomfortable. What makes you think me or anyone else would want to look at that?" My daughter was in tears and ran upstairs to her room and slammed her door. Her father went upstairs to check on her. I was furious. I yelled, "How dare you say some horrible shit like that to your granddaughter? Do you have any idea what she's been through? She was already getting bullied enough, and just for you to bully her and traumatize her some more? Get the fuck out of my house." My mother said, "It's just constructive criticism." I yelled, "That is not constructive criticism. That is bullying and making my daughter feel bad about herself. Leave." My mother left. My brother texted me, telling me I took it too far and that I should be ashamed for taking to my own mother that way.